Jada is back at it here to give everyone another Breaking Bad Season 5 episode review video. Before I get to that, though, pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Breaking Bad, or you're just not entirely sure, then you need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which, of course, I'll say for you as well as put in the description. If that's the case you find you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, just to stay away from any potential spoilers. This is going to be Breaking Bad Season 5, Episode number 2. Title of this episode is called Madrigal. This will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. In Hanover, Germany, Peter Scholler, an executive for Madrigal Electromotive GmbH, the parent company of Los Polos Hermanos, kills himself with a portable defibrillator after police arrived to question him about his long-standing ties to Gus Fring. I don't know if he needed to kill himself, but I guess he didn't want any possibility of going to jail. Back in Albuquerque, Jesse panics over the missing rice and cigarette, worried that someone will find it and get poisoned. Now, Walt hides the vial of ricin behind an electrical outlet cover in his own house and creates a fake one, planting it in Jesse's Roomba. When he helps search Jesse's house and they tear the shit out of Jesse's house, Jesse finds it and tearfully laments what he believes is his own stupidity, apologizing to Walt for suspecting him of poisoning Brock and almost shooting him. Now, Walt and Jesse offer Mike an equal three-way partnership in the new meth production or operation. Mike refuses, explaining that Walt is a dangerous time bomb and that he has no intention of waiting until Walt blows everything around him to pieces. Now, Saul smartly suggests that with Gus eliminated, Walt can safely and cleanly quit the drug trade. However, Walt justifies rebooting the meth business by claiming that it is a golden opportunity that he cannot afford to leave behind, since he is actually $40,000 in debt after Skyler gave over $600,000 to Ted Beneke and paid for Hank's physical therapy, and obviously he owes Jesse money as well. But the main obstacle to Walt and Jesse's comeback plan is the need for a new source of methylamine, the precursor to the premium grade version of meth that they have. Now, meanwhile, Hank takes part in a meeting between the DEA and Madrigal's CEO, who claims Scholler was a lone criminal within the company and promises full cooperation. Hank's boss, ASAC George Merkett, reveals that he is being forced out of a job as a symbolic punishment by his superiors for failing to heed Hank's warnings about Gus Fring. Merkett reflects on his friendship with Gus and wonders aloud who else might be leading a double life, which seems to be suddenly strike a chord with the curious-looking Hank. I wonder if he thought Walt at any point in time there. A Houston-based Madrigal executive named Lydia asks Mike to kill 11 men from Gus's operation in order to tie up loose ends. Mike refuses, as Gus paid them enough to keep quiet. However, when he is called to meet with Hank and Gomez, Mike learns that the authorities have seized all of the offshore accounts Gus had set up for key underlings in the meth operation. Mike is affected as well, since his account set up in his 10-year-old granddaughter's name, Haley Ehrmantraut, was worth $2 million. Now, on Mike's way into his interview at the DEA offices, he runs into a visibly scared Chow, Gus's methylamine supplier, who was just leaving his own DEA interview. Seemed a little scared and wanted to smoke in the building. And then later, Chow invites Mike to his home to discuss their shared problem with the police. Mike correctly suspects that this is a setup and gets the jump on Chris, one of his former men who has already killed Chow. Chris explains that Lydia had contracted him to kill everyone after Mike refused, as he needs the money. Mike kills Chris and then later breaks into Lydia's home in Houston. As he's about to execute her, Lydia's panicked pleas about her daughter affect him. He decides to spare Lydia in exchange for her becoming Walt's new methylamine supplier, and then Mike calls Walt and accepts a partnership in the new meth operation. As he called Walt and said, "I've reconsidered," and Walt's like, "I knew you would," sort of thing. Mike should have got out when he can, even if he didn't get any money. Skylar has become paralyzed by feelings of overwhelming fear and helplessness at the type of person Walt has become. Walt joins Skylar in bed for the night, gently explaining why it's for the best that she accept the new phase their lives have entered, and again hints at remorse for what happened to Ted, even though her back is still facing him. Walt continues to reassure Skylar on how things are much better than she thinks they are, while he's starting sexual floor play on her, looking anxious, lost, and perhaps on the verge of some kind of mental breakdown or something like that. Skylar remains completely quiet as the scene suddenly cuts to black, and that's how the episode ends. So, interesting episode. We learned about Madrigal, which we knew very little about. We saw Chow again, who we haven't seen since the episode where Mike, what did he shoot him in the hand? Yeah, he shot him in the hand. So, I like the whole Walt, got a fake ricin cigarette and put it in Jesse's Roomba, or had the Roomba pick it up, and now that question is out of the way, at least for now, of what happened to that, that cigarette that had that ricin in it. So, decent episode. A lot of people give it a higher score. I'm going to give it a slightly lower score, but I do like the episode. I'm going to give it an 8.8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. The character of the episode, I'm going to give it to Mike Ehrmantraut, because Mike took care of Chris. He was going to take care of Lydia, and he had a very good interview with the DEA, played off everything that they threw at him, and Mike did a really good job. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. I want to grow this channel, so don't forget to smash that like button. I know you're a fan of Breaking Bad, so you might as well like the video. Triple-digit likes is always the goal. We don't always get there, but that's what I want to happen. If you know anybody that would be interested in this video, go ahead and share it with them. Sound off in the comment section about your thoughts. What would you score this episode? Who would be your character or spotlight character of the episode? Or if you want to talk about favorite Breaking Bad episodes and characters altogether, that's fine. And last but certainly not least, like I said, definitely want to grow this channel. Don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.